here to provide his take on how the role of the real estate agent is changing. Please welcome Robert Revkin, CEO of Compass.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me today. I believe that good leaders have to be good learners. And by definition, to be a good learner, you have to be a good listener. And so in my job, I do a lot of listening. And over the last year, I've met with over 2,000 agents traveling the country. I met with dozens of the heads of the top brokerages. And I met with some of the largest technology investors in the world. And I've had the fortune of hearing their perspective on how this industry is going to change. And I want to share what I've learned with all of you. But first, I want to share with you why I'm so passionate about this industry. My mom is an immigrant from Israel. She moved to New York and then to Berkeley, California. In Berkeley, she fell in love with a black man, and she had me. And as a result, her parents disowned her. Moments later, my father left her as well. And so my mom was left with a young boy with no job and with no family support of any kind. But my mom didn't give up. She was resilient. She became an entrepreneur. She became an agent. First as an insurance agent, and then as a real estate agent. But she also applied that same go-getter entrepreneurial approach to helping me realize my goals. She helped me apply to nonprofits in high school and literally over 100 scholarships for Columbia. And we only got a few, but we did get a few. You know, she helped me prepare for all of my jobs after college, McKinsey, Goldman Sachs, the White House. And she helped me plan out how to run 50 marathons, one in each state, to raise $1 million for nonprofits. And the planning was one of the hardest parts. It's the unique qualities of an agent, of the agent profession, of this industry that allowed her to create a wonderful life for us both. And I get to see people like my mom every day. I am inspired every day by the agents that I meet. That same quality of resilience that I so admire in her, I get to see in every single agent that I meet. I believe this is the largest industry of entrepreneurs in the country. It's an industry of optimists, people that can take rejection and still move forward. That's a unique kind of person. People that decided not to take a salary and instead to take the risk to start a small business. And this is one of the few professions that reflect the diversity of the communities we live in. Age, gender, race, religion, sexual orientation. And as an industry, we help people find their place in the world every day, helping them navigate through one of the most difficult and emotionally and financially stressful things that they will ever have to deal with in their lives. But I do believe this industry is going to change a lot over the course of the next 10 years. And I want to share what I have heard with all of you and what I believe will be the top 8 trends that will impact this industry over the next 10 years. So trend number 1, brokerage firms will start hiring based off of culture, not production. Historically, too many brokerage firms focus solely on production when hiring agents, with little regard to how they would impact the culture of the company. I believe that brokerages are continuing to learn that the number one quality that agents are looking for in a brokerage is culture. And as a result, they will start hiring based on culture as well. And that won't just be good for the brokerage firms, it'll be good for the industry because it will elevate us all. Trend number 2, agent teams will take a massive amount of market share from individuals. Now, as I travel the country, I seem to hear about a new team or a team adding a member to a team every single day. And it makes sense because teams allow you to maximize your time and to do what you do best. Think about every other advisory business: banking, law, accounting, consulting, all work in teams. When you go to the dentist, your dentist doesn't do your x-rays. Your dentist isn't checking you out. Your dentist has a team so the dentist can meet as many patients as possible. Trend number 3, agent teams will replace the brokerage firm. When I am talking with heads of brokerage firms across the country, they are terrified about being replaced. And not by technology, by their own agents. To be clear, brokerage firms as we currently know them will not exist in the next 10 years. Agent teams will replace the brokerage firm. And let me share why I believe this is going to happen. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, before the internet, all of the agent's activities went through the brokerage firm. But now you have personal email, personal website, digital newsletters, social media, CRMs, lead generation machines. You have the MLS tools. You have 400 software providers selling to agents, and you have your own teams. So the value that the brokerage firm has created over this same period of time has not grown with the value of the world around the agent. And so think about Apple, Google, getting better every year. But this is an industry that in the DNA of the brokerage firm, the history of the brokerage firm, it doesn't improve at that same rate. It's a model where they take the profits of the agent, they split it between the managers, and the manager gives it to the owner, and they put it in their pocket. But they don't historically make the company better every day. And so the agent is asking the brokerage firm for the value that I provide you, for the money I pay you every year, for the split that you charge me. What am I getting? What do I have this year that I didn't have last year? And since the brokerage firm can't respond with a bunch of great answers, they respond with a split. And so splits are going up and up and up until the brokerage model is unsustainable. And so although the agent splits are going to go up, they're going to lose their most valuable asset, time. Because they're going to have to take on the brokerage firm's responsibilities. They're going to have to decide what are they going to outsource. They're going to have to build their website. They're going to have to hire and retain and train their staff. And that's going to take them away from their clients so that all those splits go up, they're going to make less money. Trend number 4. Real estate agents will be at the center of the referral economy. When I meet agents across the country, I'm starting to meet people that are full service advisors. People that aren't worried about trying to keep the 6%, people that are getting the 8, 9, 10% because they're adding other services on top. The clients of agents, buyers and sellers of homes, are the most valuable client in the world. It's the biggest transaction of the average person's life. And then it's also the pathway to mortgage, title, insurance, escrow, move-in services, cleaners, gym membership, furniture, art. I believe technology will develop in the years to come that will help agents, not just brokerage firms, but help agents be at the center of that referral economy and to benefit as such. 5, there will be an aggressive shift from print marketing to digital. Google and Facebook are the most dominant marketing platforms in the world because they let advertisers target consumers more accurately than any other company. And agents are the largest group of advertisers in the country, but they're too often not optimizing these channels. At some point in the next 10 years, I believe that sellers will be asking agents more about how are you going to find the buyer through Google and Facebook in a listing presentation than any other single question. And I know that agents will adapt. Now I want to share what I'm hearing from technology investors. Number 6, trend. Redfin will take massive market share from traditional agents, powered by the discount in a team-based productivity and technology-based productivity, making their agents more efficient. Now, when I usually share this concept with agents, I almost always hear the same thing. Oh, but they have bad agents. I implore you not to think about it that way. Don't think of Redfin as a company with agents. Think about them as the first national super team with a team website that has 25 million visitors, that is the fastest growing real estate site in the country. And with a team-based efficiency model, technology based on efficiency that makes their agents do what you would say would be bad agents, do 34 transactions a year, 17 times as much as the traditional agent, on average, doing 2 deals a year. So you combine all of that and you add on a discount. What that means is they're going to take a massive amount of market share from traditional agents. And until agents are at a brokerage firm that is building technology like Compass to allow their agents to be more efficient, it presents a real risk to traditional agents. Now, trend number 7, artificial intelligence is going to help agents make 10 times as much business. Artificial intelligence will transform every segment of our world. To put in perspective, 5 years from now, you're going to buy a Tesla. And when you go to sleep at night, it's going to turn into an Uber. And you're going to wake up in the morning, and it's going to tell you how much money you made. The world's going to change in a lot of ways. Over the last 100 years, the most valuable resource in the world has been oil. But over the next 100 years, the most valuable resource in the world will be data. That's because data is what's required to harness the overwhelming power of artificial intelligence. And think about our industry. The brokerage firms just gave our data away, the most valuable resource in the world. Now, let me give you some examples of how I think artificial intelligence can improve the life of agents. One, just scheduling. So at Compass, we interview over 50 people every day to be employees to build the company for our agents. We used to have 3 people on staff that would do all the scheduling. They would ask the interviewer, do these times work? Pass on to the interviewee, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now we have artificial intelligence that is doing all of that. We don't have those 3 people anymore. Imagine if the 2 million agents with millions of different listings had all this back and forth, not go through themselves or their assistants, but through artificial intelligence. Think about how much more time you would have for your clients or for your family. Now let me give you another example, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Let's say there's a real estate sign, and a buyer can go up to it, and there's an iPad inside powered by artificial intelligence, and you can communicate with it, just like Siri or Alexa, and you can say, I think I want to see it. Can we make an appointment? You can schedule through it. You can ask any questions about the property. Oh, is there an elevator? Because I need an elevator. And then on top of that, the seller will get an automated transcript of every question ever asked and answered. And it will be grouped into themes. 9 out of 10 people are asking if there's an elevator. And it will be giving recommendations. If you put in an elevator and it costs $100,000, the value will go up $200,000. So you'll actually sell it faster and you'll make more money. Right? There are so many ways that artificial intelligence can take play. It's not worth even debating. It is happening. It's not a question of if. It's a question of who. Who is going to harness the power of artificial intelligence? Is it going to be a company that wants to replace agents? Or is it going to be a company like Compass that wants to empower agents? Now, trend number 8 is not currently on the path, but it's something I am committed to making a reality. I believe that it is immoral to deny one of the largest, hard-working group of people in this country the basic human right to take care of themselves and their families at the same cost as people working in corporations. I believe that agents are too large of a group and they do too much good work in this country not to have equal access to affordable health care. And I am committed to do everything that I can and to use all the resources of Compass to find a way for all agents, at Compass or not, to be able to get equal access to affordable health care. Now, to close, I am incredibly optimistic about what the future holds for agents. As I said earlier, agents are entrepreneurs. They adapt and they improve. Agents don't sit around and wait for the world to change around them. They create the change they want to see in the world. So I encourage you to be optimistic with me about the future. Help embrace this change and help improve the industry so that agents in the future can have wonderful careers and can take care of their families like my mom did for me. Thank you.